All right, hello all. Welcome back to another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video here. So today, obviously, we are going to be starting off with the showcases for the new EZA LR Golden Frieza. Now this card looks like it's going to be very, very insane. I still don't understand why they waited so long to drop him. I mean, if his details came out with the stream, I feel like he should have dropped with the stream, and we probably should have gotten like a super EZA for like the Tech Golden Frieza this week. I think would have been a better decision. But I guess we'll see what happens to the rest of the celebration, right? But anyway, let's get to awakening him here. I'm really excited to jump into this. Now, I think what we'll do is I've been using the Red Zone Blue Goku fight for my initial sort of showcase fight for most of the year. But they've been power creeping stuff pretty quickly, honestly, which I have been enjoying, but at some point it does start to get a little a little much. But I think what we'll do here is I'll probably start using the oh right, they LR. I'll probably start using the Gohan, Goten, and Trunks fight, the initial one, as my showcase fight going forward. I feel like that's a pretty good fight to do. So that's what we're going to do. We'll see how good he is in there. I think, especially because we're in a short content meta, this Golden Frieza is just going to be insane, like, everywhere. So I'm really excited to use this guy. Now, I do think his most optimal setup will be on, like, an Omega team. However, just for the initial showcase, I am going to try using the new LR Golden Frieza Gogeta team, and we'll see how this goes. I mean, character is certainly going to be a pretty big help to the team, I think. But I don't think this is still. It needs quite a bit still, Now for Golden Frieza, just to show, I do have two dupes in him. This is my sort of hidden potential build, my equips. Again, I'm fully link level 10, everything, so I'm pretty excited to jump in here. Now, I will do the breakdown portion as I usually do once we jump in, so in just a moment I will... Oh, really? He's on... Please tell me he's at least on the second rotation. Wait, what the hell? I got all of the Golden Phrases on one rotation? Oh, that's some bullshit. Okay, here, I'll just cut away now. And then I'll come back to show the intro for Golden Frieza. That's a long gas intro, but it's really good. We'll get that in, and then I'll cut again, and then I'll do the breakdown portion. Have that at the end of the video, and we'll get into the showcase portion after. Well, before, sort of. Anyway, I'm gonna cut now. We'll be right back.
Allow me to show you just how much more evolved I have become! I've made my newborn gold so it's clear who's sitting atop the pecking order. And to simplify things even further, let's call this Golden Frieza.
Alright, so we are back here. I just got done with the breakdown portion, and I think Frieza is going to be very, very insane. So, start a turn here. We're at 490,000. Remember, he does build up to 150% phase 2. But he doesn't really get defense, besides his 18 key on his SA effect. But still, even without a very flashy defensive number here, keep in mind he has 90% damage reduction and guard. And you can also do something funny. Oh, he has, really? That's weird. Why does he have the Broly movie? Like, I'm not crazy, right? Shouldn't he just be like in the Frieza pose for Resurrection F? I feel like that's a bit of a miss. Okay, well, whatever. Do keep in mind, you could do something kind of funny with Path to Power on this team, where you can give him an additional 8% damage reduction. So, that being said, on this turn, Frieza has 98% damage reduction guard. And isn't he also a Dragon Ball Seeker? So he actually... Really, he's not. How the hell is he not a Dragon Ball Seeker? I guess he went back to Earth to get revenge, right? Because they resurrected him before. I guess. Still, I feel like he should have it. Okay, well, either way, I mean, Frieza is immortal here. So we're starting off 8.3. Now he does get attack buildup with being hit, so do keep that in mind. He has the guaranteed additional super. And then, can we get lucky enough to get the additional super? Let's see. Oh, he also has the attack lower. That actually may come in handy. That's pretty neat. And then the build up. Yeah, that'll be really good. So, obviously, he's taking 0 damage here. Well, I mean, double digits, but... this guy's just designed so insanely well that even with class and type disadvantage, starting from, like, the second turn, I think we'll continue to be, like, perfectly fine. I suppose that is, if we get that far. I mean, we'll see how Path to Power Engine Nimba does. That is the issue with showcasing this, like, using this team to showcase. I do want to just sort of try out the Movie Hero Movie Boss setup more, but it's not exactly, like, great. It does need quite a bit. So, what are we at here? Let's see. At 2.1, yeah. This is not a good fight for, you know, some of the... I don't know, I think that goes to show just how insane the power creep has been. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't the biggest fan of Path to Power's EZA. I feel like he didn't get enough. But he was insane when he came out, but I was worried that he'd age out pretty quickly. And just with the rate in which we've had power creep recently, I mean, it's a pretty bad combo for him, honestly. I don't know if he's even going to be, like, a real option here, honestly. I might actually have to swap him out just to really showcase the rest of our characters, ironically. I suppose maybe if I get enough attack lowering in, that could be the way. So here, let me actually use Frieza's Spawn. That might actually be really helpful for us.
Behold, this is Golden Frieza, the last thing you will ever see.
Yeah, I mean, if we're getting the attack lowers in, like, really stacked up, maybe that could be the way we could effectively use this team in here. I don't know, like, it's crazy because if you look at our roster here, I mean, it doesn't feel like it should be a bad team. You know, Tech Gods, Path to Power, Janemba, Broly, and then the new Golden Frieza cards. It's like, you'd think that'd be a really strong team. And to be fair, a lot of these characters still are very good in certain fights, but this is definitely this is one of the more tougher fights, but it's also like a really good showcase fight, given that the supers are just immediate. You know, you can, like, always guarantee you're gonna see what the character will actually take. So I do actually really like that about this fight, but obviously it can lead to unfortunate circumstances. Now, I would be interested to see if we can actually take a lot of damage while living. In the sense that there is... I did realize when I was doing the breakdown portion, I didn't really understand what it was there for initially. Frieza, his sort of... starting from turn 3, the big attack, the 300% attack increase, as well as the guaranteed crit, I was like, why does he have this? I couldn't figure it out. I think I figured out why he has it. I think the purpose of that ability is meant for his active skill. He can only use his active skill starting from the third turn when you're under 50% HP. Because they like to include that sort of thing in characters since they won't change actives for whatever reason. I do wonder why they like still refuse to, but regardless of why they do refuse to. So it's something that they sort of like try to work around by giving these effects. And here, let me actually just show this real quick. So it's this ability that I'm referring to. So I think this is meant to make his active skill hit a decent bit harder. Because as you can see, it has the same sort of 50% or less starting from the third turn for the start of battle. Third turn for the start of battle, 50% or less. So it's the same sort of condition. I think that's what it's meant for. I don't know if we'll really get a chance to see it, but I mean, it'd be nice if we could. So Frieza here is actually starting out a decent bit higher defense. Now, do keep in mind, he doesn't really get defense from his links. It's because we have support from Tech Broly here. And then also, I believe we got enough orbs with Path to Power where his like 8% support is active for Frieza. But still, I mean, starting off a decent bit higher is pretty nice. Let me actually do it this way. I think this will be a bit more effective for us. This way, you know, he'll be able to be hit a couple times before he gets hit, and hopefully he'll be fine. And hopefully this guy will be fine. I don't know. Only has the 70% damage reduction in slot 3. It could be a little troublesome here, but I guess we'll see. Now, a neat thing about this team, though, is, I mean, if we actually do get set up here, which I think there's a decent chance we will be, next turn I can use Gogeta, which we should obviously be perfectly fine with him. And then I can also use like Gogeta to support EZA Golden Frieza. Okay. So, I mean, I don't know, it's just really crazy. Now, I mean, they'll take some damage, but be fine. Yeah, 355. Okay, so 15.1. I mean, that's a pretty insane amount higher, honestly. Now, he was only... Who do we have him linked with before? Wasn't it the Tech Gods? I think? Right? Was it them? So either way, I mean, he's hitting 7 mil higher from being linked next to Tech Golden Frieza. Certainly very nice. And then do keep in mind, you know, I'm just gonna keep saying that. Ooh, okay. Now he took a lot, but we're alive. Wait, what? What? No way. Oh shit, no, I didn't even realize. God damn it. No, it's the stupid fucking condition. I'm 1 superclass ally short. You need 3 on the team. Because I had Super Gogeta before. I swapped him off. Damn it. Because now we're actually dead. This is why that's a bit of an issue. Well, I mean, that's unfortunate. I'm probably gonna have to switch around my team a little bit then. Yeah, okay. A little unfortunate thing. Maybe I'll swap off Janemba and try and get a different super class in here. Probably be what I do because I don't like the Tech Gods are gonna die here. I'm pretty sure. And even if they don't, I mean, I don't exactly feel very confident in Tech Golden Frieza or Janemba here. I mean, he's a very decent... Well, I guess he's fully built up, but there's no way. I mean, we've got, I guess, a couple more attack lowers, but we're going to still take quite a bit here. Yeah, 370 even, because the friend was rainbowed. Mine only has 1 dupe, so... Yeah, that's completely my fault. God damn it. Alright, who do we... See, that's the thing with this team. It's, like, so peculiar in how it wants you to build it. Who's a movie hero I can like throw on here that'll be decent? Like, I don't have to worry about at all. Like, I don't... maybe Pycon? Pycon might be decent. I mean, he has a 70% chance to dodge. I guess I'm going to go with Pycon. Because he also has attack lowering. So he could be pretty effective for this team. So I guess we're going to do this. Yeah, I can't believe I made that mistake. God damn it. Okay, well, I mean, it is what it is. If we could get into, like, the second turn for Golden Frieza, though, that would be nice. I suppose that is the thing. Because this is the first time I'm really using this fight for a showcase. That is the thing with using the red zone to do Goku. Once again, I've been using that stage to showcase characters. It definitely takes a second to build up, so you can really show like all of the characters' abilities. But I don't know, it's sort of, I don't know if it's really the most like valid thing to keep using that fight is the issue. Because the power creep, like the meta has just changed so much since the start of the year that I don't know. I don't really feel like it's the most valid way to show how a character actually performs, for a showcase. So even if we're getting fucking manhandled here, I think that's sort of a better way to showcase the team. Okay, now thankfully Frieza's HP condition does check at the start of the turn. And we actually got a triple super. Okay, that's very nice. More attack lowers will certainly be helpful. Now, obviously Frieza... Oh, well, he even dodged it. He would have been perfectly fine there. Once again, I mean, turn 1, 90% damage reduction guard. It's very hard to beat. I really do want to show past turn 1, though, that he still is a really effective, like, tank. I'm just, having a little bit of issues with that currently, though, unfortunately. And now this next turn, I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to do here. Because half the power and Broly and Tech Golden Frieza. I suppose at least that's the friend one. Yeah, I mean, we're just taking a lot of damage with this team. I don't know, I do want to use this team, keep using it throughout the celebration to sort of get an idea for how like strong the team is getting throughout it, because you'd think this team would get a lot of buffs, because it was not in a good spot for the celebration start. I mean, besides EZA Golden Frieza, though, I mean, there's literally been nothing. So I do wonder why they're sort of stalling, like, character drops. I feel like we should be getting a lot more than we are right now. Okay, this time around, I'm definitely going to use like the active. I think that's the play here, and we'll see how fast the power does the next turn. But this way, we'll actually be able to get to turn 3. So we're gonna do this, and we'll worry about everything else later on. Okay, can I get past the power his? No, I can't. Oh yes, I actually can. 7 orbs. That way, Golden Frieza will have the support next turn. And then let me do this. Save those tech and rainbow key spheres for Gogeta next turn, because obviously I do want to get the Gogeta supported. Now Frieza, we did get 3 supers with him last turn. EZA Golden Frieza. So he does actually have 90% of his build-up. Well, not 90% of his build-up, but 90% of his phase 2 stats that he builds up. Now he builds up to 150%, so he will get fully built up next turn. Well, actually, how much HP do I have? I think I'm actually below the threshold. I suppose that'll be... Yeah, no, we're literally just below it if I had grabbed those orbs with Broly. God damn it. Because it checks it at the start of the turn. So we're actually going to not have the 200% stats or the guaranteed additional super this turn. Tech Frieza will still be fine. I suppose this is good to show at least, because there are certainly going to be circumstances where you fall under the threshold.
Who do you think you are?
I'm Gogeta. Kakarot and Vegeta have fused together to win.
Okay, so we could actually even use his active skill here. And we actually have more defense than before, because we have some of our phase 2, even though we have 200% less phase 1. Okay, well, yeah, let me, I might as well just pop the active here, see what it does, because we do get the 300% increase for this attack, and it's a guaranteed crit, so let's see what you got here for us, Frieza.
I'm going to reduce you in this sorry excuse for a planet into dust.
Okay, I mean, not a lot of damage, but it is an AoE, so it could, be helpful in, like, the Gohan+Goten+Trunks fight, the, stage 2, as well as in the Rose Zamasu fight. And then we did also, because it counts, super attacks, it counts for the active, so we did actually get 30% more, so we will still get our full build up this turn. Okay. Well, now, actually, I don't know. What should I do? Because EZA Golden Frieza would be perfectly fine without Gogeta support. I'm pretty confident. But also, I don't know. Like it would be nice to, and that is sort of an issue, that we can't actually see. I'm gonna keep saying this in all these fucking videos because I'm getting really tired of it. I made sure to put it in the survey. I hope I get the message across that you guys should put it in your surveys too in the future. It is really fucking stupid. We're 10 years in and we still can't see defense on Super. Dokkan is really good about adding stuff, quality of life features like that. I figure if we, be like, hey, by the way, quite enough times. So I hope if we keep, I keep, everyone keeps, hey Dokkan, ding ding ding, that they'll actually change it, because it's really stupid. Because when you're having characters like Gogeta, and it has this fucking effect, and you can't really see just how insane it is, it's really ridiculous. Frieza would be fine here either way, but I don't know. What should I do? I kind of want to show that Frieza would be fine here. Because we only have 80% damage reduction, no guard. I do want to show this. Just to, like, show how insane his defensive ability is. So, normally I would, like, go for the Gogeta support here. But I'm completely confident in Frieza's ability to tank, so I'm just gonna let him do his thing right now. And then maybe next turn we'll use Gogeta. Now do keep in mind we do also have several attack lowers in by this point. Obviously those are very helpful. Are we... How much attacks has this guy received? We should be fine. We might take some damage though. 356. Okay, so 16.5. Or was that 165? No, certainly it was 16.5. Because I was starting to question, like, wait, we were at 16.5 the turn before, but we also lost this guy. Ooh. Really? Okay. He took a lot more damage than I thought he would. Now, do keep in mind, we didn't have the Phase 1 stats. I mean, we effectively we're half of our stats down. Well, I suppose actually he had 300% phase 1 because of his intro buff. But still, I mean, I guess we were missing 40% of our phase 1 stats. And he still took it for that much. Which, by the way, I mean, the attack lower does help, but it doesn't... I don't fully understand it. I'm not going to pretend I do. It's one of those... You know, Dokkan's not the best at explaining features. And it's one of those things that it's like, it's not really the most, like, abundantly clear exactly how it, like, functions. But, I do know that it really cuts into the normals more so than it cuts into the supers. So hopefully Path to Power will be fine here. Maybe I probably should have used the active skill, honestly. Shit. I was not paying attention to how many Rainbow Key Spears I got this turn or the turn before. When we had him in slot 3. I think I might have just killed us. That's... goddamn it. Okay, this is not going the best right now. Still, though, I mean... I think we're showing EZA Golden Frieza. I mean, it's a little bit of a work to actually show him here. But I feel like he's actually performing pretty decently. I mean, this boss hits for like 7.7 some odd mil, 7.5 mil. And even with missing, you know, our 50% HP or above stats, right? And you gotta think, I mean, we even would have gotten one, you know, attack lower from getting the 12 key effect in the guaranteed additional super. Then obviously that'd raise our chances of getting the hidden potential. So we could have potentially gotten 2 attack lowers in as well. So he would have tanked that massively better if I had just barely had him over the H. Like I should have grabbed the tech keys for Olympic Broly. That was my mistake because we were literally 1% under what we needed to be. So that was a bit of a misplay on my part, unfortunately. Which I think I misplayed here too. I think Path to Power is probably dead. We'll see though. But yeah, I mean, even with just 80% damage reduction and you know, not having the guard, he did, relatively speaking, considering this was probably one of the most difficult bosses for him in the game, because class type disadvantage. I mean, 500,000 is not the worst. Yeah, I fucked up. Especially considering, once again, he is on Omega's full 220. And we see with Tech Golden Frieza, the showcases I've done, I mean, how much that 140% phase 1 support does. It will be a tremendous buff to EZA Golden Frieza as well. And his damage is going to skyrocket too, so I'm really excited to see what that's going to do. Either way, well, this is obviously going to be our last attempt here, so we'll see how it goes. Let me float this guy off and use the active. Let me be a little bit more cautious here. And then let me do like this. This way we can, you know, get a little bit of damage in with Frieza here. Yeah, I don't know. I think this guy's like really insane. Now, how he's gonna do against like all the fights, I'm not quite sure. Obviously, just yet. You know, once again, I do think there could potentially be some issues on the Omega setup for Golden Frieza because his HP threshold, right? I was, when doing the Tech Golden Frieza showcases, actually having some level of difficulty with, like, all of the orbs kept turning into Rainbow Key Spears, which meant that I just could not heal off of orbs. So I kept getting pretty low. We'll see if that continues to be an issue or not once I have when I'm using EZA Golden Frieza. We'll see. But I think they've done him really nicely. Because once again, I'm just thinking about once he's on that Omega setup, and his damage and his defense is going to get a tremendous increase. And honestly, that Omega setup is probably like my favorite team in the game right now. And if he's like doing this well off of the team, like on there, he's going to be really insane, I think. So we'll see how he performs there. But obviously, I mean, we'll still have at least a little bit more to see from him here. Hopefully, I can actually maintain being above the HP threshold this time around. I'll make sure to use Tech Gogeta next turn. That way, those guys all over there have a decent bit chance of surviving. And then Frieza here, I mean, we do have the 60% support, 546,000. And I suppose it's also worth noting, I did show my build before. Wrong character. I do only have 2 dupes in it. Now, I do have raw defense. And for these damage reduction characters, for like Tech Golden Frieza as well, they just really, really eat off of dupes. Like, more so than any other character in the game. Damage reduction characters, they get so much from dupes. Because your percentage cutting the damage you're receiving, and the more defense you have, it does quite a bit. So I'm really excited to see what all this guy's gonna be doing for us. 15.4, and this is without, he doesn't have any build up just yet. Because he builds up his attack from being hit. So he's only actually going to get 1 build-up for his attack here. So we haven't even fully seen his attack build-up. We'll probably get a better way of viewing that on the Rose Zamasu fight, or even a Gohan+Goten+Trunks. And I mean, this guy is going to provide a very vital function for both his fights. In being able to tank in slot 1, I really do think he will. God damn it. Heck, Broly. That's unfortunate. Okay, well, unfortunately, we took the L there. Okay, I did not get to show him the best here, but I do want to, even though it did cause some issues, I would like to start using this stage more. I just feel like it's a more real look at what characters actually do. A little unfortunate it went this way, because once again, I mean, this team is not the best synergy wise, so we'll see. But either way, I'm going to end this here. I suppose rather, if you're still watching through the whole video, the breakdown portion will be next. But I've obviously already done that, so either way, we'll continue looking at Frieza. I think next time I'll jump in against Rose Zamasu, so we'll see how that goes. But either way, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Take care. Alright, so we are here for the breakdown portion. Now, for Golden Frieza here, well, just real quick, obviously I didn't end up dying, unfortunately. Janemba got a little unlucky. But for Golden Frieza here, he is, honestly, he's pretty basic. But he does sort of keep his initial spirit intact, which I think is really nice. So we're at 490,000 start a turn, which isn't a lot, but when you consider Golden Frieza's kit is very insane. So for his first turn, he hits all this on his animation, his intro, which he plays every time, so really nice. He gets guard for 1 turn. He gets 100% phase 1 defense for 3 turns. Then he gets 90% chance to crit, as well as damage reduction. However, then he also has, he loses 10%. Down to no more than negative 60%. Well, down to no more than minus 60%, not negative. So a total of, once it falls down to 30% damage reduction, 30% crit. Now this is very insane, because if we look at the wording before, you'll notice for every turn pass, right? And then on EZA, well, I suppose I could just stay on this. For his EZA, it's for every 2 turns passed. So if you were unaware, in the past, how Golden Frieza worked, is even on turns where he wasn't there, you would lose the stats, the damage reduction. Right? So on turn 1, you'd have 90%. You keep him on the rotation, and it's the next time he's around, say it's turn 3, right? You'd be down to 70%, not 80%. Because it wasn't counting every time Golden Frieza appeared, it was counting every single turn. So what they did, by making every 2 turns passed, now if you float him, sure, you're still going to lose multiple portions of it. However, this is sort of designed in a way where keeping him on rotation, like, he was already a short content guy. And us being in a short content meta, this is going to be one of the most valuable characters in the game. Especially, I mean, turn 1, he's just immune to damage, no matter the fight. I mean, we'll show that through our showcases. But this is just an insane sort of redesign here. I still can't get over how, like, impactful this is. Because this will allow him to... Genuinely, this should allow him to be one of the best aging EZAs of all time. Because even, you know, let's say, you know, turn 1, guard 90% damage reduction. His next appearance, turn 3. Doesn't have guard, but he has 80% damage reduction. You know, and then, you know, turn 5, 70% damage reduction, right? And then at that point, maybe in the future, you probably want to start floating him off, but still, he's just designed so, like, perfectly. Now, for his basic effects, he's getting 6T with 200% stats start a turn. Then when HP is 50% or more, he gets an additional 200% of stats, as well as a guaranteed additional super, which is very nice. Obviously, you do gotta stay over 50% HP. These bosses do a lot of damage, but I have had some issues with, like, the Omega team, ironically staying above HP thresholds because of there's just too much Rainbow Orb changing, which I do think the Omega setup will be his best setup, because he actually is on the full 220, so that's where we'll be trying him for future showcases. But regardless, I don't think it's going to be that difficult to have that up, and even when you lose it, it'll suck, but he'll still be really good. For every super attack performed, he's getting key 1 up to 3, and defense 30% up to 150%. And then for every attack received, key 1 up to 3, attack 30% up to 150%. Those are phase 2 buffs. Obviously, pretty impactful. Now, starting from the 3rd turn from the start of battle, which is the good wording, it's not start of turn, start of battle, so literally just turn 3. He does get sort of once only, I guess, 300% attack. I haven't used them yet, but it has the once only thing. And performs a critical hit when HP is 50% or less. Then, starting from the 5th turn from the start of battle, and this is where things get a little annoying with Golden Frieza. The way this is worded, okay, attack and defense 100% up when attacking as a 2nd or 3rd attacker in turn. This is worded as a phase 2 buff. It is not. Very, very stupid, I know. This is a phase 1 buff. I've noticed recently there's been a lot of issues with this. You know, like, look at, like, the GT sub EZAs. Or even, I think, didn't Super EZA Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta have an issue like this? So I don't know what the hell's going on with that. I think that's really, really weird how they keep having the same fucking error. They need to get this shit figured out, because, you know, even for, like, a veteran player like myself, you know, who's been accustomed to playing the game, reading the kits, etc. for years and years and years, even for me, you know, when I see when attacking, I think phase 2. If you're a casual player, you're not on Twitter. You don't know this is actually a Phase 1 buff, right? Because you can literally only tell because of like translating the kanji from the Japanese tweets, because they have it written on there the correct way, but on the global ones it's always just written as this. So very frustrating, but that is a Phase 1 buff. And then this one is also a Phase 1 buff starting from the 7th turn. Now these are good ways to keep him relevant as the damage reduction falls off. But still very, very frustrating design. Now for his SA effects, this is a little similar to the new Golden Frieza LR. He's not really getting defense. I mean, I guess he does on his 18 key. He gets greatly raised attack, and then raises defense 1 turn to 30% with Mega Colossal damage. And then on his 12 key, he's greatly raising attack for 1 turn, and then he's lowering attack and defense. So only a 30% defensive raise, which means both this Golden Frieza and the new Golden Frieza are both characters. I mean, I can't really think of anyone that's like a 2-turn buffer for defense. But if we get like a really insane like ally 2-turn buff character for defense on like Omega's team, these characters will just be like skyrocket so much. So that'll be interesting. I'll have to re-examine the pool. I mean, there's a lot of villains on Omega's team, and I'm sure there's probably someone who does it, but I can't really think of them. But yeah, I mean, if they start playing around, because they have been adding more effects like that to characters, these guys would get a huge boost. And then finally, not that this got buffed, but Golden Frieza does have an active skill. This was pretty rough to activate in the past. I mean, it is an AoE, so that's nice. Could be useful potentially against like Rose and Samasu. We'll have to see. But yeah, honestly, that's turn 3 as well. I bet this is because this is once only. This is probably actually meant for the active skill to make it do more damage. That's interesting. Okay. Yeah. No, that's okay. Yeah, they add effects to characters like that to boost the active skill, since for whatever reason they won't change them. Oh, but yeah, he looks very insane. I'm ready to jump in though. I think last time I accidentally forgot to add like the timestamp sort of skip thing, so that's my apologies. I'll try to make sure to do it this time around. For the showcase, I mean. I think I forgot at least. But yeah, this is going to be at the end of the video. For if you want to watch it. If you don't, I suppose you're probably, well, I mean, this is at the end of the video, so you're watching this part already. But yeah, we're done with the breakdown portion. I'm going to get to the showcase portion. I'm either way, I'm going to end things here if you're at this part. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Take care, and I will jump into the showcase now.